We acknowledge the traditional owners of this land, the Bunurong people, and pay respect to their elders, past and present. We recognize and respect their continuing connections to climate, culture, country, and waters. Owned by one family for over 50 years, a study of the house Benga is inescapably the story of the Harts. Dorothy Hart, née Langley, was born in Pran in 1909 and came to Dandenong at the age of 1. Her family owned a flat in Toorak and used their Dandenong home, Roseneath, a 4.5-acre property bordered by Macrae, Power and New Streets, as a weekend getaway. Ian Hart was a doctor who had joined Dorothy's father's Dandenong practice. The couple were married in 1932. In 1935, Laurel Lodge's owners, family friends the Woodcocks, sold the rear portion of their property to the Harts so they could construct their new house. The Harts engaged architect Frederick Ballantyne to design their home. Ballantyne, a second cousin of Dr. Hart, was the first articled pupil of well-known American architect and landscape architect Walter Burley Griffin. Ballantyne had an award-winning firm with Roy Wilson and undertook a number of domestic design projects. Dorothy Hart played an active part in the design of Benga. Unsatisfied with the original plans, probably in the modernist style, stating, "It was one of those flat-looking, double-fronted sort of places. It just looked uninteresting." She was sent to view the Golf Links estate, located in Camberwell, for ideas. For the final design, Ballantyne managed to combine his client's preference for Tudor Revival style with his own interest in modernism, expressed in features such as the simple chimneys and large expanses of plain brickwork, which form the gables. The final house drawings now form part of Council's Civic and Cultural Heritage Collection. Built by a local builder, Norman Taylor, this substantial brick home included quarters for live-in domestic help, including a maid's bedroom and separate bath off the laundry. This reflected the social status of the doctor and his family in the local community. Benga's gardens are a notable representation of 1920s and 1930s garden design. An original sketch plan for the layout of the garden shows Nell Norris, née Edison, one of Melbourne's earliest female architects, was responsible for the initial garden design. Norris travelled to Europe in the late 1920s, working in London for one of Britain's leading architects, Sir John Burnet, and in the 1930s travelled to England to undertake a special study of horticulture and landscape gardening. Norris had her own practice from 1932 and also retained a commercial association with Ballantyne. She was known for designing gardens that were planned to be lived in, not just looked at and admired as a frame for the house. The current garden retains her original design, featuring ornamental trees and shrubs, a formal rose garden, perennial garden beds bordering neat expanses of lawn, formal paths, a pergola, and a sundial. The garden was maintained by Dorothy Hart for over 50 years. Dorothy was believed to also be inspired by English-Australian garden designer Edna Walling, who is thought to have designed the gardens of Dorothy's childhood home. Benga was extended in 1952 to provide accommodation for Mrs. Langley, Mrs. Hart's mother. Ballantyne designed the extension to the southwestern end of the house to match the existing building. Council purchased the property in 1987 from Dorothy Hart, and the following year opened Benga to the public as the first Australian oral history centre. Today, Benga offers visitors an opportunity to explore life during the interwar period through the intricate design of the house, garden, intact period interiors, and interpretive displays. We hope you enjoyed this short snippet of history about Greater Dandenong. This project has been put together with the support of Dandenong and District and Springvale and District Historical Societies. Without their significant collections and expertise, projects like this would not be possible. City of Greater Dandenong gratefully acknowledges the support of the Victorian Government and Public Record Office Victoria for making this project possible.